do the locomotion with... Oh, was that Olivia Newton-John? Oh. I should be so lucky, 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 lucky. I should be so... Wow.
Rain falling down, another minute passes by. I'll wait for you, but this time I won't cry. Where are you now? Are you with another love? It's not the first time you stood me up and let me down. I'm wondering why I still love you. Shouldn't say but pourquoi. I still want you. Shouldn't say but pourquoi. Lights about town. Expect me just to hang around, and you never call. You just stand me up and let me down. I'm wondering why I still love you. Shouldn't say but pourquoi. I still want you. Shouldn't say but pourquoi. All through the night, I wanted you to come around. I'll wait too long. I know you're gonna let me down. I'm wondering why I still love you. Shouldn't say but pourquoi. I still want you. Shouldn't say but pourquoi. I still love you. Shouldn't say but pourquoi. I still want you. Shouldn't say but pourquoi. I still love you. Shouldn't say but pourquoi.
Yeah, je ne sais pas pourquoi. Kylie, welcome back. It's nice to see you.
Nice
Good
to
to
be
have you
here.
back. Why a French song?
Why not?
Do you speak French? You pass exams
Well, I
and
can
stuff in
say
French?
one line, that's about all.
Is that the one?
Yes.
Just the one?
I did it in year 7 and 8 at school and I gave it away.
Right.
Silly.
There's one thing about the young entertainer which I was going to mention. A lot of you come along to our auditions and actually dance to Kylie's songs, so Locomotion or I Should Be So Lucky, those sort of things. Have a think about it if you're going to be a dancer, if you want to come along to the auditions and dance, because you can't think up your routine on the bus and come along and jig to a pop song. It doesn't work. You've got to be good. It's got to make sure it's all planned. Did you have to do auditions and stuff when you were...
Yeah, lots of them, and as you say, it's best to be prepared so you're not nervous and you know what you're going to do.
Yeah, plan it
I
all.
should be so lucky, 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 lucky. I should be so lucky, 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 lucky.
Excuse
I
me?
should be so
Listen, just a
lucky,
second.
lucky, lucky, lucky. I should be so. I should be so unlucky.
I condemn this sort of violence.
Out! I'm so hippies.
Thank you.
Right, sorry about that. Just like to look after you. We have a question on the floor, and it's Lee. What's your question, Lee?
Kylie, how long have you been singing for?
Probably since I was this high. Well, I'm not much higher than that now, but I used to always sing as a kid. I've only been singing professionally for nearly 2 years.
2 years.
not
That's
long.
professionally, but have you got sort of a musical family, or did you just suddenly decide you wanted to sing?
Well, my parents aren't musical. My sister is. She's actually come with me on this trip. Her name's Danny.
Is she here?
And yes, she
Has
is
she been on
around
the telly
somewhere.
before?
No, not here.
Would she like to be, do you think?
I don't know.
Where is she?
Maybe.
Where is
maybe.
she? Where is she? Grab her over. What's she called, Kelly?
Danny.
Denny, right. Hello.
Hello.
Come in.
How's
Now, I
that?
tell you what, you have my chair. You have my seat. And
As I was saying.
I'll sort of kneel in the middle, in between the two sisters. What's it like having a famous sister?
It's great.
What do you do? Are you sort of in...
I sing and dance on a television show in Australia every
Right,
week.
right.
And I've just made a pilot to go to America and Europe, and I'm planning to release a single, and so I've got lots of things happening.
Gosh, what a talented family you are. We got some calls on the telephone. Can we get a call over a telephone over here? There you go. Grab a hold of that and you'll be able to hear as well. Now then, line number 1. Who's on line 1?
Paul Bailey.
Hiya, Paul. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
Great. Your question to Kylie. Off you go. Oh, your dog barking in the background. Off you go.
Okay, Kylie, have you ever traced your family tree? Because my great nan was called Minogue and she moved to Australia.
Oh, no, I haven't, but I have always planned to, and I should. Maybe your granny could write me a letter and tell me where she's from.
You could be related.
We could
You
be.
never know. To sort that out. Thank you very much indeed for your call. Line 2. Who's on line 2?
Kelly.
Hiya, Kelly. How are you?
All right, thanks.
Good. Off you go.
Kylie, can you give me a few points about acting?
Oh, that's a hardie.
What are the main points? If you want to be an actor, actress, what are the main points? What have you got to have in your head?
Oh, it's really difficult because it's very hard to get into. It's very hard to start off. I was very lucky. I started when I was young, and I guess if you want to start, it's best to have lessons wherever you can, be very persistent and just keep trying, because you do get a lot of knockbacks, so it's just hang in there and you should get there eventually.
Yeah, thank you for that. What sort of, you say you were acting and stuff, what sort of advice would you give?
I don't know, I've just started off, and I just go to acting classes all the time.
Yeah, I suppose it's basic not being put off if you bang your head on the brick wall or the doors don't open, all that sort of stuff. Not being put off. Perseverance. Okay, back to the telephones. And line 3.
Karen.
Karen, hi Karen. You know the score, you know how to work it, don't you? Off you go.
At school, I get teased a lot because I'm not very tall. Did people ever tease you when you were young?
She's 7'3".
Don't you know? Well, I think that's ridiculous. Now, travelling, as I've done a lot of travelling lately, and it's very good being small in the planes because you can curl up and the seats are like a huge bed, so that's one good thing about being small. But honestly, don't worry about it. You can get there being small as well.
Yeah, and if you've got long legs, it's very, very uncomfortable
And
in
they
the
shouldn't,
cinema.
they shouldn't ask you how small you are. They should say, how tall are you? And, oh, here I go. If it wasn't for short people, there wouldn't be tall people.
Yo! A bit of advice. And line 4, who's on line 4?
Jason Wright.
Morning, Jason, how are you? All right?
I'm all right, thanks.
Good, off you go.
Kylie, if you had the choice of having dinner with anyone in the whole wide world, who would it be?
Oh, I hate these questions. It'd be Philip Schofield. Who else do you think?
Yeah, but you're spoken for,
Oh, well.
aren't you? I mean, I've got to ask you, off these
Yeah,
little
well,
serious...
maybe, maybe not.
Maybe, maybe not. More maybe than it was last time. 'Cause
Maybe.
you completely denied it last time you were on.
Well, you know, you've got to keep a little bit of
A little
illusion
bit of mystique.
there. Yes,
a little bit
mystery.
Of mystique. Fair enough. Okay, last call. Who's on line 5?
Neera Rahman.
What was that name?
Neera
Neera?
Rahman, yeah.
Nice to talk to you, Neera. Off you go.
If you had a chance to star with anyone famous, who would you star with?
Oh, boy. Someone like William Hurt or someone like that.
Are those your big sort of idols?
Yeah, or Prince.
You'd like to start with
I'd
Prince?
like to even meet Prince.
Because he's quite...
I know, we'd make a great pair.
Thank you very much for taking your calls at the moment. Thank you very much indeed for your call. And thank you very much indeed for coming in as well. That's
Bit of a surprise.
It was great to have you in. You'll come a little bit later on and do the video for us. Fabulous. Now,
So Kylie decided to treat me, and she hired a boat and we went down the Thames on a trip. It was great. I mean, she can afford it. She's just got the royalties from her album. But the thing is, I mean, when we see each other, you know, we like to be alone, but we thought just this once, we let the Motormouth cameras have a look. Kylie. Hi, how are you? Good. Good. it's been a great year for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll say.
How do you feel about rushing all over the world to sort of promote this record and promote that record and do a personal appearance here, there and everywhere?
Well, it's a lot of hard work, but it's also fun. You can reap the benefits as well.
Does it get you down after a while, you know, when you don't get home for a few months or something?
I just spoke to my parents before and they said, oh, we miss you and the whole thing. So, I mean, I miss everyone at home.
And what about your family? Do you get on with them all really well?
Yeah, I'm a real family person.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that's important?
I think it's very important because in this world, in this industry, you can get very lost, caught up in all the hype and forget who you really are.
So come on, do the love motion. Come on.
Now, you're quite a good looker, Kylie, if you don't mind me saying so, and you wear pretty good clothes. I mean, do you have favourite clothes you like?
My favourites are my good old jeans. And it's funny, I mean, all these old 501s that are in, you think, oh, who owned them before? Must have been some man wearing these jeans who've had a previous life.
And why did they want to get rid of them?
I don't know, maybe they grew out of them. If I can fit into them, they must have grown out of them.
Right. And what about smart clothes and so on? I mean, there you are in a top and jeans today, but do you often dress up smart?
Yeah, I like dressing up if I have to do a show or sort of a formal evening. I like doing that too.
But you can't get to see much of the country if you're sort of working all the time, doing interviews and so on.
No, not a great deal, but I mean, I see a bit, so at least I get a taste of what the place is like.
And what do you think? Do you like it?
It's not bad.
Should we sit down? What about other aspects of Britain, for example, the press and so on, because there are always these ridiculous stories in the papers about you.
Yeah, I love to get the techie tabloids
You like it?
and yeah, see what I've done, you know, how much money I've made.
And is it ever true, though?
Well, most of the time it's not. I mean, it's untrue of me to say it's always untrue, but you know, some's right, some's wrong. It's fun to read anyway. I don't take any of it personally.
But back in Australia, you've left the cast of Neighbours. Is that for good, or are you going to go back?
Well, I know I can't be sure enough of myself to say, hey, I'll do this for a while, then I'll just do a movie or a mini-series. You never know when work's going to be available, or if you're right for the part, or if people want you. Everyone may want you one day, but no one might want you in 6 months' time. That's just the way it is, and that's something I've always been aware of, and that's all the more reason to enjoy it now while it's here.
Right, well, it's a nice sunny day. Should we pop outside again?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what about Neighbours? What do you think makes it so popular then?
I guess that's what everybody wants to know. I think basically it is the normality of the show. It's very everyday. It's not Dallas or Dynasty that you can't relate to because they're just so filthy rich. I've never seen the show, but that's the impression I get. And it's got a wide range of characters, young and old. Mrs. Mangle, everyone loves to hate.
Yeah. Do you think the characters are realistic then?
Well, they're realistic, if a bit over the top. I mean, you've got to have something to keep the audience's attention. And the show also deals with current issues, although they're not current by the time they get to England because they're so far behind.
Right, so how far behind are we in Britain?
18 months, so...
Have you got any favourite bits? What's your favourite part? Bearing in mind that we're 18 months behind.
I have a least favourite part.
What was that?
Which was screened recently where the two girls play a prank on the guys and they decide to get them back, so Charlene gets buried up to her neck in sand. And they rub a honey sandwich over my face and bounce, the dog licks it.
What was that like to film?
Oh, it was quick, but it's really uncomfortable being stuck up to here in the sand. And it was also a freezing cold day and we were supposed to be going, hey, it's a nice Australian sunny day at the beach. People don't think it gets cold in Australia, but we have snow.
I think we're coming up to the Thames barrier. Does it remind you of something?
I think all you Brits, you've copied us.
Why is that?
It's the Opera House.
The
Peaks.
Opera House?
Yeah.
Well,
look,
just
it's
trying to make you feel at home.
Just divided up.
So what about the marriage with Scott in the series that we've been reading about in the papers?
Yeah, it happens. It was a big thing in Australia. It was dubbed Wedding of the Year, all of that biz. And it was a huge promotion for it. And it was also a bit scandalous because it was such a young marriage. Charlene was 17, Scott was 18. So that's coming up on the screens in about a year.
What do you think about getting married young?
Is that something you
don't
want
have
to get
any
around?
objections to it. I will get married, but not for a while. I think it's right for individuals. They should follow their instinct.
What about these stories in the paper about you and Jason Donovan?
Just like stories about Greedy Smith and David Titlow. I've never met either of them.
So it's all completely fabricated.
Most of it, yeah.
Well, thanks for a great day out, Kylie. It's been great fun.
Thank you.
Perhaps you'll marry me one day.
Who knows?
Hi everybody, well this is the time on the show, Video Vote, where we ask our guests to sharpen their wits and tell us what they think of the videos. Now I'm new at this, so you've got to bear with me. Welcome on the panel today, very special guest, Kylie Minogue.
Hi.
Nice to see you. I love your new video.
Thank you.
The lighting is so good. Tell me who the guy was. And Jessica Home, our wildlife expert.
That's right.
Welcome to the show. And I believe there's a young lady who suddenly has made a rapid recovery and wants to be on the video panel.
Is that all right, Carol?
Yes.
Is that all right if I do my... Instead of having a phone voter this week, that you come over to Cheltenham just for a little while, because I'm quite interested in these videos today. You've got some good ones lined up, I think.
Yes, we have actually, but I'm just a bit annoyed with you because I had to get up so early because they told me you were poorly and I had to sit in for you.
I'm sorry, Carol. Good luck with it. Good luck with it. You're going to be brilliant.
Okay, the first of our videos today is the new one from Duran Duran. Haven't heard from them for a long time. It's called I Don't Want Your Love.
I give the song 4 and the video 4. I really like the black and white character studies.
Yeah, you quite like that. So that's a total of 8.
I think I've seen him before somewhere, that lead singer.
Well, if you spend a lot of time in Europe, you've probably seen the videos
Yeah.
and stuff.
Well, I think it's lovely and light and it's fresh. I give the video 5.
Yeah.
And the song 4.
Good. Well, they're a very good band. They deserve some. I'm not supposed to interrupt.
I really like it. I think the video is great. And it's just really fun. And I guess the song's been a hit a couple of times before, so can't do too badly. 4 for the song, and I give the video 5. I think it's really good.
Do you think he's a bit of a hunk?
Could be.
He's quite hunky, isn't he? The girls are gorgeous. Me and Kylie were just saying we hate tall women. Anyway, there you go. Jessica, what do you think of Italy?
And if I roll, as soon as she comes back, the better. As far as I'm concerned, thank you very much indeed to our guest, to Kylie.
You'll be pleased to know it runs on reduced lead fuel. Now, you've probably guessed by now, it's that time. You know I've met Kylie earlier on, and, well, as you know, every time we meet, we get to know each other a bit better, as you'll hear in a moment. Oh, and listen very carefully, because in the background, you'll hear Kylie's brand new single. It's called Hand on Your Heart, and this is the first time ever in the world that it's been played. All right, then. Well, you've been over to England several times. Now, you must know this country fairly well. What are the sort of quirky things that you notice about Britain? Are there any quirks that you've noticed? Like eating fish and chips in newspaper.
Like eating, what's that thing you have? Pies and mash? What's that? It looks terrible. I had a taste once. It was all right, but just looks disgusting.
What about English food? Is there anything particularly you like here that you can't get in Australia?
We get most things in Australia. No, I think we get most things, but I don't. If I tried to ask for pie and mash, that's what it is, isn't it? I wouldn't get it at home.
Is there something you'd have flown out especially for you?
Let's see. No, I know. There's this really good Italian place at home, just near where I live, and they have this nice sandwich. It's called focaccia, and it's almost like pizza bread, and you have cheese and tomato, and eggplant that's been like marinated for 6 months.
Do you like food a lot then?
Yeah.
Yeah? Any quirky habits yourself?
I'm an absolute pig. Just ask Jennifer over there. My room's always a disgrace, and actually one thing I really hate is hanging up clothes, which is terrible because I'm always changing in and out of things.
What about housework and tidying up and so on?
Depends. Sometimes I'm all right. Usually I just leave it till it gets quite bad.
Now, I know you travel around a lot. You spend a couple of days in this country and pop over to that country for a few hours. How do you cope with all that?
It's not bad, actually. I try and just drink a lot of water, and obviously I don't drink alcohol on the plane because that really mucks you up. And I've just started drinking thyme tea, of all things.
What's that?
It's just the herb thyme.
Right.
And that's supposed to be good for air conditioning and on your throat.
Are you a bit of a sort of herbalist and natural remedy person?
I am. I think I'm a bit of a hippie at heart.
Oh, I can see the scandal now. Kylie Minogue's a hippie.
Yeah.
Now, come on, Kylie, I want you to be our motor-mouth spy.
Okay.
We've just got a new programme over here called Home and Away.
Yes.
Tell me all about it, because that's Australian as well.
Well, Why did you have to ask me that? Because I've never seen it myself.
Haven't you?
It's on the Opposition Channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I know, and it's... I noticed in the paper there was Kylie versus the bitch, like we're in big competition. But
Is that true?
well, no, certainly not with me. With the shows there is, because I think Home and Away will soon be on the same time slot as Neighbours is on. So it's a lot like Neighbours as far as I know. It's the same basic outline. Neighbours worked, so I guess they thought they'd try another one.
And what about Home and Away in Australia? Was it very popular?
It's gaining popularity, yeah. I can't give it too big a rap, can I? I've got to be faithful.
And what about Neighbours? Will you go back ever, do you think?
Well, it doesn't look like it at the moment because I'm doing a movie soon and then I'll be doing my second album, then promoting both of those. So, firstly, there's no time at the moment. So...
Would you like to, though, do you think, if you had more time?
If I had a lot of time, maybe I'll go back just for a short period. Certainly not for another 2.5 years.
So come on then, tell me about the film.
Well, it's called The Delinquents. It's based on a novel and it's set in 50s Australia. And I'll be doing that in May. And David Bowie is one of the producers, so he'll be doing part or all of the soundtrack. And it's a love story.
Oh. And who's playing opposite you then?
Don't know yet.
Oh, really?
Got to keep some secrets, haven't I?
Well, we have, yes. Now that Jason's not with you, can you tell me some secrets? I mean, can he sing, for example?
Yeah, he can. He can. Sometimes he goes a bit overboard. When
In what
we,
way?
when I was working on Neighbours, he'd just be singing away and sort of like, yeah, Jason, we can hear you. But he's good.
Do you go out for drinks and do you socialise together?
Yeah, sometimes. We've actually got a few friends in common. At school, our schools weren't too far apart.
Right.
And I know some of his friends, which are my friends as well. And sometimes we'll go out and might just get, you know, like Guy or Annie or someone from the show. We'll just go out and get together. It's good fun.
Oh, I should be so lucky, lucky.
You're lovely.
It's here, the stunning new album from Kylie Minogue featuring I Should Be So Lucky. The smash hit Got to Be Certain. And the fantastic Locomotion. A fabulous album from Kylie Minogue. It's
one of the biggest in talent. She's going to take you on the Locomotion. Give a big welcome, please, for Kylie Minogue.
The locomotion, the locomotion. Everybody's doing a brand new dance now. Come on, baby, do the locomotion. I know you'll get to like it if you give it a chance now. Come on, baby, do the locomotion. My little baby says, don't you do it with me. It's easier than learning your ABCs. So come on, I know